Hello and welcome. My name is Katie, and I'm just going to give you some tips on how to start a yoga practice. For those of you that have never went to a class or maybe do go to class and aren't sure quite what to do. So sometimes there's props. They might have blankets or a towel or something. I recommend getting this, or even you can use a yoga block, bolster. This just helps. A lot of the people, especially us Westerners, are really tight in the hips. So if you notice when you sit cross-legged, if your knees are up here and your spine is just not very comfortable in the hips, the knees, or the back, and you might look like this, you will be amazed how much help little, like I said, it can be a towel, a blanket, whatever you choose. Just play around with the size or the height of it. Sometimes all you need is an inch. Other times it might be beneficial to have 3 inches underneath your butt. This is how I started, using a prop just to get comfortable because, again, I wasn't used to sitting up so straight. And during the beginning of your practice, you might be asked to sit for 5 minutes or so in this nice neutral tall spine and to concentrate on your breath. But if you have hip pain or back pain, you're not going to be able to concentrate. So again, experiment with it. Get a towel, blanket right now if you want, pause it. And then once you got that, take time to notice these sit bones. You'll hear that a lot in yoga. It's just one bone kind of right underneath each butt. And if you kind of rock back and forth, you should be able to maybe feel them. You want to try to have your weight balance between them. And then notice what you're doing with your ankles and your feet here. Many different variations. Nothing is right or wrong. Choose what feels good for you. You'll hear people say in the easy pose, it's just kind of like those crisscross when you're a kid sitting in a cross-legged. Maybe this feels good. I personally like to bring one heel in first and then the other and try to have my knees melt down. This creates a nice tall spine for myself. So again, play around with it. Maybe like one foot in front of the other. Again, it does not matter. The main point is where you're going to feel comfortable to sit here for a while so that the knees are okay and the back is all right. And if none of these work for you, go ahead, find a chair. And when you're sitting in the chair, just work on one leg, crossing one leg over and trying to open up. Eventually, you will get there. It all comes with practice. You just need to practice. All right, so now that we found a good spot for the legs, paying attention to those sit bones, and now where's your pelvis and your tailbone? Do you feel like you're coming forward or is it rounding down and you have more of this slouch posture? Work your way from the ground up. So get that tailbone and the pelvis evenly distributed so it's not tilting forward or backwards. And try to create a nice tall spine. I like to think of something pulling me up from the crown of my head. So my crown of my head is going to be over my heart center over pelvis. And you'll notice hopefully that your shoulders start to open up. Let the shoulder blades go down the back. And then whatever you want to do with the hands, you can have them face up. They say that this can invite more energy. And if you like, or you can have your hands face down. This just helps to help ground you. Again, whatever it feels best in the shoulders and the back, go ahead. I like to tuck the elbows down a little bit and in back of me. This just helps keep my spine upright longer. Because if I start to notice I fold down, my arms will kind of push me up. So I'm going to give you a side view of what this all looks like. So again, notice the difference in my hips with my back all nice and up. If I remove this, if I was tight, you might notice a little slouching. But my hips are pretty open, so again, take the time to kind of notice it. Look at yourself in the mirror. You want this nice long line all the way up from the ears. So if you notice, my ear is going to be right over on top of my shoulder. If it's like this, you might want to recorrect it. Go ahead again, loop the shoulders up, down, and around. Tuck the chin in ever so slightly So that the top part of your head's kind of going flat. So if you notice just a subtle change here to here. And then once everything is situated, you're going to close your eyes and focus them. I like to focus them on the point between my eyebrows. It's called mind's eye, or some people call it third eye. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's just a point right here. And you have your eyes focused there. That just helps to get your mind settled. If your eyes are wandering, it means your mind is probably wandering as well. So go ahead, settle in the eyes, and then find your breath. Just taking the time to note it. A lot of times our breath tells us so much about what's happening in our mind. If we're holding our breath, we might be holding some kind of emotion or tension in our body. So just noticing if you're feeling it in the chest, the belly, side body or back. And then with those exhales, really consciously telling your body to release any tension that it might have built up throughout the day. Just take some nice deep breaths here. We're going to start to manipulate our breath. Nice big inhale. Full complete exhale. Again, just settling in here. One more like that. Breathing in God, love, peace, happiness, whatever you want to breathe in. Exhaling you any worries, anger, anxiety. Letting it all go. Slowly you can open the eyes and know that everything is going to be okay. You can advance on and watch a different video, or if you wanted to continue watching, that's just one pose that you can start your practice with. One of my favorites while I was going and attending classes, because my back I wasn't used to sitting up straight for that long, I would like to lay down. So again, so many different options. If you choose the laying down one, you're going to get there slowly and notice again what is going to feel good to the back. If you have back issues, it might be great just to have the knees bent, but then have them melt in towards each other so they can support one another. And then same with your hands, nothing right or wrong. If it feels okay, leave them down by your torso, palms face up. If your shoulders aren't quite open for this, you can always let the hands rest on the belly. Same thing, you just want to try to get this nice tall spine, reaching through the crown of your head, ever so slightly tucking the chin. And then focus the eyes. And again, if it's too much strain to try to cross your eyes to that one point in the middle of the eyebrows, imagine you're looking out further and crossing the eyes. One more full breath in. Feeling the chest expand. Exhale, letting it all go, melting into your mat. So just two different variations. And again, nothing is ever right or wrong. This is the time to start your practice and to listen to your body. What is your body telling you to do? Well, go there and then see if you can try to adjust it to make it go towards the right direction that you want to go. All I mean by that is if your hips are so extremely tight that you're not able to get a nice tall spine, go somewhere like a chair, as I suggested, and push your hips out a little bit. Don't go to any point of strain. Go somewhere where you're still in alignment with your spine, and then slowly start to let either gravity open it up, or you can rest your one hand or arm on it. It's a beautiful thing, taking the time to listen to your body. Honor what it's telling you. Thank you for watching. I hope this encouraged you to continue practicing and find something that works for you. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. You just click the little subscribe button down below, and this will help spread the word and get my videos out there. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Namaste.